What's going on, guys? It's Noiz.I here, and I have another guest today.
Big Cap, man. What's up, my guy?
That's it. Give her an introduction. Who are you? What do you do?
I'm Cap, Nick Jones, man. Do everything, man.
Like what? Be more specific for me, brother.
Shit. Right now, I'm just rapping and making my music. I got a clothing brand coming soon, but we sticking with the music right now. Album just dropped. Go get that Cap Talk.
Congratulations on the project.
Man, did 2K first day, you feel me?
First, dang. Because you're on all streaming platforms, right?
On everything. Everything on every platform, got 50 plus.
Jeez, bro.
Appreciate
Congratulations.
Supporters out there, though.
For sure. So for those who aren't familiar with the talk show, it's just a new series I'm starting where I just bring, I'm not going to say random people, but a lot of friends that I've supported over the years. And I feel like young people, when I say young, like 18 and up, like we never really get to have just honest conversations because we don't talk to each other. So I feel like it's important for us to just sit down and talk and just be honest for once about everything, about life, about, self. So, Neek, pleasure to have you.
Hey, appreciate you.
6 questions. This dude. Go ahead.
My grandma, man, she gonna have to wait, man. You know how grandmas be, bro.
I forgot he's famous, bro. 2K one day.
Hey, bro.
But yeah, so 6 questions for the interviewee, and just please answer honestly.
You got you, my brother.
He has no idea what the questions are, as no one does. He's walking in blind. Okay. And you are a father.
Yes, sir.
And your child's name, boy, girl?
India, my baby girl. It's my everything, man.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Feel me? Got her on the leg right here. You feel me? It's my daughter, man.
Congratulations.
Appreciate you,
first question. With you being a new father, what fears do you have about raising your child?
My main fears is that I put too much of what I felt on her. Because, you feel me, I think more about involved parents because, you feel me, I'm an involved dad. Mm-hmm. My mother's involved, obviously. But I think the main thing with, involved parents is we want our kid to be so great. We only think about what we failed at or we thought we were inadequate with.
Right.
So we kind of push them. And thankfully, she's not a boy, so I can't really push the sports on her.
Right.
I want to. But, Dad, that's mainly my main thing. I just want her to grow into her own person. And she like me, so she acts like me, so it's tough. But I wanted to be her own person.
And was that because I don't know the history, but with your family members or your family, your dad, mom, but has that relationship? How was that relationship with you, and how do you take that and try to give it to your daughter, if it's good or bad or whatever?
So I only had my mother for most of my life. Just recently had my father come in my life when she passed away, but. It's really just seeing my mom. My mom always had my grandpa, but that wasn't her real dad. So seeing how she had a great dad, but knowing it wasn't her real dad still affected her. So I'm I know the importance, and I also I'm the oldest 13. I have too many sisters.
Right.
So I know the importance of father being in a daughter's life. I feel like it's just as important as a mother being in a son's life.
Right.
So I don't know. I try to stay in there. I just try to be there for everything, man.
Literally have to.
Literally, bro.
And then kind of, going off of that, going into question number 2, is how is the relationship with the baby mom?
Hey, man, that's my dog. Shout out Skis, man. That's my dog, man.
I'm going to need you to elaborate, bro. Come on. Talk about it.
I don't want to put it in there. It's not nothing. It's not no bad situation.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that. I'm just mean for a lot of young parents, I feel like a lot of people don't really talk about just how the relationship is.
I feel like the main thing is though people try to avoid that 90% of the reason why males or females aren't in there. You feel me? Why mother and father don't get along is because of the relationship. It has nothing to do with the child.
Yeah, for sure.
So just off rip, it's us understanding that the child is more important than anything we had going on. We just never had issues, whether we were together, separated, or whatever.
And with that being said, because you said that your dad just now came into your life, do you feel or wish that you guys would have worked out for the child, or specifically that relationship wouldn't have worked out because of whatever you guys had going on?
At the time being, like, no, because I understand that I probably wasn't in the best mindset to be trying to be a boyfriend and a father.
Yeah, and there's a difference.
There's a major difference. Like, you can be a good father and a terrible boyfriend. Like, I wasn't trying to be in that situation at all. I was trying to focus on being a good father, not only to my child but to her, because that's how, you feel me? As a man, I feel like you should have to take care of your child's mother as well. Like, she has your child. You feel me?
Yeah, and like how are
majority of the time she take care of your child. 100% of the time, you feel me?
And like how are those conversations of you guys kind of, you know, deciding like, you know, this is the best for the child, you know, maybe us not being together is the best for the child? How was that?
It's definitely rough in the beginning because you know, separation, but you know, if y'all really have a good bond, like, you feel me, and it's deeper than just y'all's relationship being together, you feel me, then it's really not a hard conversation at all. It's really just understanding that if I want you to be happy and I want to be happy myself, like, there's no reason why we should be against it.
And that, bruh, wow. And I think that speaks volumes only because, like, we see a lot of damaged relationships of co-parenting.
Co-parenting doesn't exist in Springfield.
Bro, I'm about to say, like, I've seen it.
You know how many times
like,
I've heard that people, it doesn't exist.
And like my sister, she works for Jobs and Family Services, so, like, you know, people paying their child support and all that stuff, and she told me some stories. I'm just like, about people that we know personally.
See, I understand that though, because the child support, I feel like it has two, like, that's, like I said, it's both ways. Like, sometimes it is the mother just being salty about the father not wanting to be around the relationship rather than just the kid. And then, you feel me, on the other hand, I feel like as a man though, you should never, I don't feel like if you have if your child's mother is not one of those type of females, then you should never get put on child support. Like, your baby's mother should just be able to ask you for something. You should be able to handle it. She also should just be able to communicate, like, she need this, and this, and you do it. Even when shit get rough. All right, I can't help you right now, but I'm gonna get it when I get it. All right, you feel me? As long as there's communication and there's give and take on both sides, it's never a problem. Like, I've never had a problem with my child's mother.
Yeah, and I feel like, I mean, that's a totally different conversation, but we're not going to attack on that. But like, basically, just like, again, like, you know, people we've kind of known in Springfield, no name drop for nobody, about how the relationships with co-parenting is and how, like, we know the setup for that kid's life. So then it kind of goes back to, like, you know, how is that kid's life going to affect, you know, everything else in their life? And it's kind of scary because, and that's why I have to ask, you know, like, you know, how's the relationship with your baby mom? Because it's like, that is your guys' life. Exactly. Like, you guys literally.
I don't think people think that far ahead though.
They don't.
I don't even think. I mean, honestly, how many pregnancies are planned? Like, you feel me? I didn't.
Facts.
Accident. I think
Facts.
You feel me? That's a rare case.
I understand. Yeah.
I think people think that far ahead, because if you're not even thinking that far ahead to realize, like, all right, if you do this, you're going to have a child. You're going to have to take care of it. Like, it's not a choice. Like, you have to take care of your child. Like, I don't think that they're even going to think as far ahead as how you're going to affect your child with not having a good relationship with the other person. So, I just don't think people think that far ahead.
Yeah, I don't either. But I think we have to kind of be an example just of relationships overall, like, you know, and how that is. But again, different conversation. We're going to go to question number 3. So this is something I kind of want to know personally, just because I don't know you personally. Like, I know of you and know who you are, and, like, we have conversations and stuff. But this is just my perspective of what I seen in high school. Okay. So third question is, when you were in high school, you were known for sports, specifically football, right? And now that that's kind of not in the picture of where your life is now, do you feel that time focusing on that was wasted?
No, not at all. Not at all. And the reason is, it's not, well, when I was an athlete, you feel me, still, I mean, it's always a possibility when you're an athlete, you're young, but the main thing is manually your coaches tell you, is fall in love with the grind part of it. So I don't feel like nothing was wasted. I feel like I only benefited from all the work I put in, all the focus. I feel like it made me better mentally. It made me a better man. It prepared me for a lot of challenges in life. Like, makes you a lot tougher. So if I don't know, football not working out doesn't necessarily, like, it's not the end of the world for me.
Yeah, and I think that's what I'm asking for, because like,
and I feel like a lot of kids feel that way.
Yes,
but I feel like there's not a lot of examples of people doing other things other than sports.
Me and my mom literally just had a conversation yesterday about how important impact is on Black community, right? And like all
when we were in high school, bro, how many people did everybody's a rapper? How many people did we actually listen to in school?
But were they good? Were they good? That's the downfall.
I think
that's the downfall.
I think there's a lot. I listen to a lot of people, bro.
Yeah,
I listen to a lot of people.
Yeah, so for sure.
I don't think it was they good thing.
It has to be, because your product has to be as good as the work that you're putting in.
But you also have to have a support line. Like, thankfully, I have great support, but I know not everybody has the same support. And I know
get that.
A lot of talented people that I think a lot of people that are more talented than me that don't have the same support, so they don't get the same light necessarily.
How can I?
To an extent, because you do have to be good. You feel me?
Yeah,
to an extent.
But I think that's what kind of breaks the scene for me, is like, so. And again, I'm not knocking on anything that that you've been through, but so for example, like this football didn't necessarily work out, so now you're trying a different avenue. But I feel like people only really understand the entertaining scene, and they don't really get the foundation of like your mental and then like body. I feel like people automatically try to go to a different avenue based off of a void that they're feeling because something didn't work out.
Definitely,
that's what I'm saying.
Definitely, okay, I understand that you reworded it like that.
Because
and I think the void that you're saying did necessarily lead me to the multiple avenues that I got to, but it's not going to drive you. Like, it's not going to take you. It's not going to take you to doing anything with all that. You might explore different avenues, but you're never really going to focus on one and never really lock in on anything. So you just left in the void. So I think it's not a bad thing necessarily, but let it lead you into actually doing something and being inspired by yourself to do something.
And do you think that, because again, we come from Springfield, well, I'm Springfield born and raised.
Yeah, Springfield born and raised.
Okay. Like, with that being said, like, do you feel like is this the next question? Okay, that's the next question. Do you feel like the avenue that you're taking now is like what you're supposed to be doing?
I don't feel like, yeah, obviously I feel like it's what I'm supposed to be doing.
Because you're doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like, I think you're saying like the cliche part of it.
Like what?
Like just rapping as far as that being like the avenue.
Yeah.
I think the reason why I took the avenue is because it's the most, it's going to get to the youngest the quickest, and the youngest is the future. You know, the future is what you need to talk to.
For sure.
And it's an easier way to show them like, you can rap and not have to rap about killing people. You feel me? Like, I'm not the best example for it, but
right.
You feel me? But you can do other things. There's other types of music to make. Like, that's what I'm trying to lead into. There's other types of music to make if you don't want to do music. How many artists do you know? That's why I want to do the clothing. How many people were actually making clothes when we were in school? How many people were making beats rather than rapping? How many people, like, there's so many different avenues with everything.
No, but that's what I'm saying. So if you take entertaining out the picture.
Oh, take entertaining, period.
Yeah. What other impact do you think that we could give? Because I think
we don't know how many people. We know a lot of nurses, but how many people being doctors? How many people being phlebotomists? How many?
That's what I'm saying. So it's like where do we break that cycle of Black people are entertainment, and I feel like that's where we kind of get the destructive stage. Because we're kind of getting to a point where it's like
entertainment is very destructive. I do agree with that.
We have to get on their platform for us to perform. But out of all of the billions of millionaires that we have who are Black, why do we never come together to build our own platform and go off of that? Why is it always off of something else?
I think,
and that's just a general. Yeah, just a general question.
I think in general though, it's just. As a race, we're just the hardest to unite. And it shouldn't be that way because you feel me, in those times when this is the roughest, we are the most united. But as a whole community, I feel like it's the hardest to get all Black people under the same umbrella. There has to be separation somewhere. And never, you feel me? The whole, even with Black Lives Matter thing, why does everybody not just simply support it? Like, you feel me?
So you're gonna hate me.
But I'm not saying, like, you feel me? I'm not saying the actuality of it. I'm saying, why don't you just simply support it? But there's always going to be two sides to it. As far as just getting under the same umbrella. I can get to the specifications of it. Yeah, I don't support the actual matter. Right?
Okay, yeah, because that's what I'm saying.
Black Lives Matter as not the thing, but the movement. But you feel me? Just as a whole.
Yeah. So I mean, there's nothing really piggyback off of that then, because I mean, no, but yeah, like you can really talk about Black Lives Matter, but again, a whole different conversation.
I ain't talking about the movement.
Yeah, I know, but because like I think we had to challenge each other as creatives to push the narrative of we don't always have to entertain, but if we do entertain, let's create our own platform. And I think that's where I fall with, like, I feel a lot of people, especially from where we come from, but basically just like really understand that we can create our own platform is what I'm saying. I mean, and going off of that.
And I might not have worded it the best, but that's what I mean by, like, two sides. Like, we can never agree with each other, so we can never really challenge each other. Like
and that sucks, bro. And
you feel me?
Oh, it makes me so mad.
We'd rather be yes men and just, you feel me, go do our own thing on our own time than rather just having a challenge and getting. But that also has to come with being able to be taught too.
Yeah, conversation like this.
Had to be able to be not only the talker, but only being able to listen. And listening, not just hearing what they say, but responding.
Man, come on. But again, yeah, communication goes a long way. Before we get into that, because again, whole different conversation.
Hey man, we talking about a lot today.
But question number 4, how is your mental health, honestly? And before you answer, I feel like a lot of people really don't talk about their mental health just because of how they grew up. Something that I've learned to do was be more open about how I actually feel, which is very tough because, like, you know, in a black household, you're not really told to show emotion. And then,
especially as a man,
bro. And then when we get older, we're soft. Like it don't make no sense, bro. So we're just supposed to just be, you know, tough our entire life. You know what I'm saying? So how is your mental health, honestly?
As for the question, my mental health is doing a lot better. I've definitely had stages of depression. I've definitely, like, I just lost my mother. I've lost 2 of my brothers.
Wow.
Like, all within a short span of time, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But I've definitely, from then, I was definitely in a dark place. I definitely say I'm not now.
For sure. How did you get out of that?
Music helped a lot. Like, just finding something that you can, like you said, as a black community, especially as a man, you're not really taught how to handle your feelings. Like, it's not that we're just tough, but we don't know how to handle feelings. We're not taught how to be. We're emotionally. What's the word I'm looking for? We're emotionally ignorant.
Which is the thing, because with emotionally ignorance, there's also emotional intelligence. So, wow.
I feel like as black men, we are all, and I feel like the main reason with that is, like you said, not being able to show your emotions or really be yourself in a black household. Because think about it, the whole sports and entertainment scene is really just pressured down from our parents.
Because that's all we had. That's all we see.
When I remember, thankfully my mom supported me, but I remember when I wanted to draw before I wanted to do anything else. I wanted to be an artist. Like,
I do remember that. You used to draw a lot in high school. I do remember that.
That's what lead me to doing in the clothes now. Mm-hmm. Thankfully, I never gave up on it, no matter what anybody said. But that's just an example. Like, I could have succumbed to that pressure.
Yeah, for sure. Man, great answer.
I feel like if it's an avenue where it doesn't immediately produce cash flow, then the black community is not behind it.
Woo!
That's why we don't believe in college. College take minimum for you to even see anything. Yeah, it take a lot of money out before you see anything before that for.
Because I personally don't believe in college either, just because I feel like it's easier. I don't want to say it's easier, but no, it is easier to find your community in your community. But it's just about who you build yourself around and with.
But I think that's because we have the wrong concept of college. College is a tool.
In a sense.
College is a tool.
So you go to college, right? Your major is...
What are you going to college for? Whatever your major is, right?
Right.
So you're using a tool to get... You feel me?
But you don't actually work on your major until your last year.
You get the knowledge of it. You have to learn... So, bro, you know, I know you know the sayings like, if a mechanic comes and taps the engine one time with a hammer, but he charged dude too much, he's like, why do you charge you? He charged you for the. He didn't charge you for the labor. He charged you for the knowledge. If you don't know anything about what you're doing and you just know how to do it, like how much you feel me? How much do you really know?
But that's more systematic thinking though. They teach you one way how to get there, do they not? That's what classes are for. That's what tests are for. Is one answer, one way. Rather than you,
I can understand that in that sense.
That's why I don't like college.
I'm saying
there's no free thinking.
I definitely, I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm saying in the sense of
it is a tool. Yes,
I'm saying in the sense of like, because I was going for physical therapy
for sure.
So I'm saying in the sense of, yeah, I knew how to stretch and how to get to certain muscles, but I didn't know why it was doing it, and I didn't know how. So if I might be doing something to somebody and I can't explain it to them, like, so how much do I really know? That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's a tool in that sense.
I understand. Yeah, I understand that.
But yeah, it's definitely not. There's no free thinking
at all.
And it's not for everybody at all. Which is why we need to open up the black community, the trade schools.
Come on,
the extension school. Why do we wait till we out of college to go to extension school? Like,
but this is another thing.
Workout.
So something again. I have to keep bringing up my mom because we have a lot of conversations. But do you wish that you had all the knowledge that you have now when you were 10 years old?
Yes.
Because why were we always told when we were younger, enjoy your years, have fun now, do all the dumb stuff now. Right. But if we were corrected when we were younger, we would be way more successful now.
True, you know what I mean? But you lose your childhood, you lose your sense of joy.
I don't mean so serious. I just mean like if you had all the knowledge you have now about how to have your emotions, how to have a golden brain.
That's what I'm saying. Think about it in that sense. If you had to, the main thing between being a child and being an adult is knowing the pressure of the real world. It's knowing adults and you don't understand depression as a kid. There is no depressing anything. So as a child, knowing you should be having a 22, 23-year-old understanding of depression in the real world, that shit will fuck you up as a kid. You really think you'd be able to function as a 10-year-old? You know what you.
But we never really did though, because everything. There's a lot of traumatic stuff we went through. Yeah. As children.
But we experienced it as children, not as adults.
So you're saying because we're.
I'm saying you experience. I'm saying you understand your experiences as an adult right now. You don't understand your experiences as a child.
There's no way, and I think the only reason why I say that is because the typical come home to no lights and all that stuff. You understand that as a child.
But how much of it do you understand? That's what I'm saying.
But I guess. Go ahead.
You understand it now as an adult. You understand the situation. You understand the reasons behind it and everything as a kid. How much do you really understand it?
But the only reason why I feel like I understood it because of the communications I actually had with my mother, and I know it's very different from other family households.
Yeah, the grandmother.
My mom was real from the jump.
Great
because there's literally no way for us to bubble anything. Like if something happened, this is the reason why it happened, and you need to understand why it happened, X, Y, and Z. But that's just from my experience personally. But I understand what you're saying though.
And I'll say for the majority of the part, I try not to speak just for me, but for the majority of the part, my mom did tell, she explained to me, but I see what she did for my younger siblings. She kind of like you said, you're a child, you don't want to enter them into that real world depression. You don't want them to understand what's going on
because then they know those emotions, and as adults,
you start thinking
we kind of consume it and we become it. So I understand what you're saying. He's doing good today, ladies and gentlemen. I ain't gonna lie. Question number 5. And this is very broad, but just answer it how you can. What addictions or habits did you have when you were younger that still hold on to you today, and how are you healing from those? And get as real as you can, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Just be real. We have to.
Hey, smoking is the worst habit I've ever picked up on. Smoking, period. Smoking weed, smoking nicotine, smoking whatever. I don't smoke, period. It's just, it becomes a scapegoat. It becomes I feel this way, so I immediately need to smoke. Something's going wrong, so I immediately need to smoke. Like, you think it's a problem solver because you use it as a problem solver.
It's a temporary feeling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then it gets to the point where, shit, you rely on it so much. Trying to quit, it hurt you worse than keep going. Thankfully, I only smoke weed. it's like I said, it literally depends on the situation.
It depends on. I have to
I'll
challenge
say it like this because my mother got to a point where she was a heavy alcoholic.
Okay,
got to a point where if she tried to cut off drinking, she would have like killed herself. Like it would have just, her body wasn't good enough to heal from not having alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
So in a situation like that, sometimes it's better to keep doing what you're doing rather than stopping. And that comes from letting it go on for so long. And not having any type of guidance or not having.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. That's once it's too far gone.
Yes.
I'm not saying get to that point. I'm not
just
saying
like
wait till you get to that point and then try to make a decision. Like, I'm saying never pick it up at all.
Okay. Yeah. And like I think the reason why I have to challenge that thinking is because like I feel. And again, only talking about personal experience. I have no idea. Personal experience. I feel that everything does come down to a choice.
You're absolutely right.
And I feel like when you limit yourself on, I only have to do this to survive.
You're absolutely right.
That is the choice that you made. You're absolutely
right. But I'm saying that choice becomes so, like when it becomes so often that it seems like there is no really other choice.
But it's because of the support that you didn't have.
Exactly.
So
or not even
when you said
ignorance.
guidance,
Ignorance. Just not
when you said guidance, then I understood. Like, okay,
just not listening as you're growing up. Like, don't get hooked on that. You don't know what it's going to do to you. And then you get older and you understand. Like, damn, now you feel me? You take tolerance breaks and shit. You like, you feel dumb. Like shit. Like I gotta stop smoking for a minute. Like,
so you still hold on to it. Like you're not even trying. No, you're not trying to get away from it.
I take my tolerance breaks, but I don't. I'm at a point where it's not. I'm very realistic with myself.
It's not damaging me. You don't think it's damaging you?
Nah, not in the sense that I'm at.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm a rapper. That's what.
I'm a rapper. I gotta do it.
If I was doing anything serious,
bro. Nah, bro, Nico. I gotta challenge you on that, bro. I got to, bro. And I only say that because of like,
because you're a real friend, bro.
I have to. It's just and I'm not even gonna say like the real reality of stuff, but like you did say earlier that you wanted to be an impact, and for your actions to not speak on that goes back to the next generation.
But
no,
weed is also legal now. So it's a majority of the part where I still smoke. It is a medicine. It is legal.
Bro, I know how to take pills. I'm not disagreeing, bro. I'm just saying
I have a marijuana license. Like,
I'm just saying, get to a place where you can practice good habits. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I'll take your challenge for sure. I'm just being realistic.
No, I'm glad you're being realistic. No, for sure.
Personally, I was trying to quit. Hell no.
No, I get it, but I'm just saying I got to challenge you on that. But okay,
I definitely have to slow down. I had a crazy habit.
Slow down. Okay, last question. Last and final question. With how your life is going currently, do you feel like you're going in the right direction?
Now I am. I feel like now I am. I feel like shortly before it was a small window in between, right before my daughter and I want to say right before my daughter and right before I left Texas. I was kind of having a victim mindset. I was letting the fact that everything that was happening to me, I put myself in some bad situations because of that, and I was just feeling sorry for myself. So, but now that I've been realistic with myself and realized that, I feel like I've definitely gotten in the right direction.
That's what's up. Well, those are all the questions that I have. This is the time where you can ask me any questions you want to. You can be as real as whatever. One question and one question only.
How are you mentally, and how did you heal from whatever mental frustrations or mental challenges you had?
Mentally, currently, I haven't been okay. Just because I hold the pressure of being that person in my family to be like, hey, mom, quit your job, bruh. We going to whatever. I got a house for you. Blah 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 blah. But just because of I've seen my family struggle my entire life, and it's getting to the point where like I know the gifts and passion that I have can build generational wealth in my family. But the downside of that is I became obsessed with the idea of perfection. So if everything isn't down to the nail, I'm never going to make it ever. And I feel like that led me to I'll start doing stuff. I'm like, this ain't perfect. Let's put it down. Let's come back to it. And then it's a week later, and then it's a year later, and then it's 2 years later. You know what I mean? So how am I healing from it is letting that idea go of perfection and seeking out more community with trying to have conversations with you and build relationships with other people. Just because, obviously you can't do it alone.
Never.
But just being okay with, doing the stuff I'm doing. Yeah, being okay with not being okay. That's something I had to really.
I know. You know what? I'm glad you said that, because I wish us as black men realized how common that is a challenge in the community. We're all going through it at the same time. Bro, we don't speak about it at all.
Our suicide rates are way too high as black men, or just men in general. Yeah, go ahead.
But I just feel I feel like for that to be such a common thing in the community, for the guys like us, you feel me? Our friend group, for the most part, we really are trying to do something. We are. Whatever we believe in, and also what you saying, you feel like what you can do can build generational wealth. Mm-hmm. That leads on back to what we were talking about earlier. You're not going a typical avenue that people think generates money just like that. So do you think that adds into the mental challenge of
quick money?
Yes. Not being able, because we want to be the main one to take everybody out.
Wow.
We're taking avenues that not necessarily even with rap, it's either you make it or you don't.
Yeah.
You make it or you don't. So sports, it's the same thing.
And then I'm not trying to. I'm very humble before I say this. I have a lot of gifts and talents, and
hey man, hold on before we start this, man. It's a new year, man.
But
hey man, we've been doing a lot of humble shit, man. It's 2023, man. Pop your shit, man.
I'm very good at what I do.
Thank you. That's what I want to hear.
I'm very good at what I do.
I don't want to hear you humble. I want to hear that you're very good at what you do.
I
feel like
good.
In the black community, mainly, the problem is other people are upset with people being comfortable with themselves.
Ooh, confidence. Come on.
Confidence is a problem in the black community because
that's facts,
we
bro.
don't want people to be themselves. We want people to
I am good at what I do. And
I believe you.
That is a lot of different things.
And I believe you should say it more.
And that's talking to people, music, editing, shooting, pictures, making stuff
hooping, bro. How many times I gotta tell you during hoop, bro?
Everything.
How many times I come up to you during hoop?
Okay, Neek, okay. I'm very good at what I do, and because I know the business side of how to make the money, I'm not really focused on quick cash. The only thing I'm focused on is if I post 50 to 100 times of something, of music, of video, or whatever, am I getting good every single time? Or is something getting better? Or something getting improved on every single time? Because if you're putting out the same concept or the same whatever, you're not going to improve on anything. And that's why I'm saying important constructive criticism is really important in your community, because if you're
being able to fucking take it.
Yes. Pause. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. But
being able to take constructive criticism is a major thing.
It is, because
men is general.
You don't want to
We don't want to listen to other men,
bro.
Everybody wants to be alpha. Nobody wants to listen to the other man. It is okay to listen to advice from another male or female. It is okay. It does not make you
if they have the same drive.
They
have to have the same drive.
Don't let a bum tell you how to be rich. But if they have any type of intelligence, it doesn't make you any less intelligent. It doesn't make you less than them to take advice.
Yes, I agree.
It only makes you better, actually.
But yeah, because of the different avenues I do, I'm not even thinking about money right now. I'm just thinking about how I can get better every day and practicing at my craft.
And I feel like that's what it comes down to. You're successful, because chasing money
it gets overwhelming, bro. And you see people.
It's very hard. It's very hard.
Because you see people our age who are at that point, but we don't ever look at how they got there. You know what I mean?
And what it takes and what's in the future that comes with it.
Because the process is the process, bro. I mean, you have to believe in the work before you get to the reward. So
you have to let it grind.
You have to let it grind.
You gotta let it grind, man.
But Neek, that is our time today. I appreciate you for coming on and being honest. Yeah, anything you want to say, anybody?
Hey, man, go get that cap talk, man.
Cap talk out. But yeah, I appreciate you coming in, bro.
Hey, we'll do this again, man. That's great.
Until then, Noiz.I and Neek, we are out.